Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have been paying attention to the crypto market in the last 24 hours, a lot of things have happened. That's why the market is completely split. There are some tokens which are up about 10% while others are down about 8% like Pi. Why is this happening? Well, first of all, Bitcoin is struggling to hold the critical support at 88,000. It needs to do that to ensure that it's able to keep climbing and recover to 92,000 so the investor confidence makes a return. On the other end, one very big matrix which has made a recovery in the last 24 hours is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is extremely important for the crypto market because most of the retail investors, when they make a return into the crypto market, the first place they go is meme coins, and you can see that Dogecoin is up quite a significant amount. It was able to recapture the 8th slot, beating Cardano in its market cap. On the other end, GameStop hits at future Bitcoin purchases following a board approval. On the other end, Dogecoin set for a breakout. Major price surge could be next, and if this happens, it's definitely going to take the whole crypto market with it. And Trump's World Liberty financial crypto venture to launch a stablecoin which will be backed by the US dollar. Dogecoin flips Cardano, what's behind Doge's bull run, and Dogecoin shows signs of a recovery amid the decreased network activity and the whale transaction. So there's definitely a lot of things that's happening. Before we get into the details of that, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with the crypto market, scroll down, tap the red subscribe button, and especially turn on your notifications so you can be notified and you can stay up to date with the latest and the greatest news first. And drop a like on it. It will just help the YouTube algorithm push the video out to more people. More people are paying attention to what's happening in the crypto market. They decide to buy into it. The user engagement goes up, more inflow of cash, the market keeps climbing, and a lot of us make a lot of profit. So make sure you go down and slap a like on it. Now, first of all, I just want to give you guys an idea in terms of what kind of story is playing out when it comes to the crypto market, because when you compare it to a stock market, it's a little bit different. It's very driven by the narrative, and the narrative currently is very simple. Currently, we just need Bitcoin to stay over the price of 88,000 and consolidate. Do not fall under 88,000 and struggle, because if we do see a struggling Bitcoin, well, previously many times at 88,000 we did see that Bitcoin did actually fall down and was rejected a couple of times. So a little bit of panic can definitely send the Bitcoin price soaring down. That's something we do not want to see. And on the other end, it's very clear that the trading volume is slowly making a recovery. And if you just pay attention to the meme coins category, the reason I like to pay attention to meme coins is the first place, as I mentioned, retail investors like is meme coins, and you can see it's up about 2%. And when it comes to Dogecoin, after the foundation was able to get the reserve up and spent about $2 million to buy the first 10 million Dogecoin, well, the market is definitely heading in the right direction. What does this mean in the short term? Well, in the short term, everything is going to be heavily dependent on the way Bitcoin does, and at the same time will be dependent on what Trump does. Trump media is set to launch an ETF featuring XRP and other digital assets. So that's another big deal, while BlackRock is launching Bitcoin ETP in Europe today. So there is 2-3 different big whales which are driving the crypto market currently. To ensure that Bitcoin is able to climb to 92,000, we will need some sort of catalyst to push it even harder. And some big catalyst that everyone is paying attention to is GameStop. GameStop hints at future Bitcoin purchases following a board approval. The video game retailer cash pile rose to nearly 4.8 billion as February 1st compared to about 900 million a year earlier, and now the board has agreed that they want to put some of that money into crypto, and to be more specific, into Bitcoin. Now, investment policy permits invest in certain cryptocurrency assets including Bitcoin and US dollar denominated stablecoins. If they do decide to do this, this is definitely going to be bringing a lot more money and at the same time attention to the crypto market. And Dogecoin set for another breakout. I mean, it's able to break past most of its key resistance. Now the resistance actually sit close to 22 cents. So we are going to be seeing a 10 to 15% rally before we see any sort of slowing down. And a new glitch sends XRP to 21,000 Now, $21,000 would be insane because the market cap would be much bigger than anything we have ever seen, and it could be even bigger than the whole world's GDP. So it would be very hard to see that. And Trump's World Liberty Financial crypto venture to launch a stablecoin, and the stablecoin is called USD1, with a fully backed by US Treasury, dollars, and other cash equivalents, and is designed to keep the value at $1. And this is huge because that shows Trump's commitment towards the crypto market. And if you pay attention to Dogecoin, you can see that it's in a very, very important stage. If we're able to consolidate, the next leg up is most likely going to be 22 cents in a really short time. And currently the entire market is doing well. Definitely Doge will be pumping harder. Michael Saylor sends a message to GameStop's CEO after company announced it will be buying Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. Welcome to Team Bitcoin. This was good because I'm very happy that, you know, GameStop was getting involved with the Bitcoin market, and whales have accumulated over 200 million Dogecoin in the past 2 weeks, showing a strong confidence despite the recent volatility. So that should give you perspective that currently there is a lot of people which are buying into Dogecoin, and especially after the announcement of the reserve, there is definitely more movement happening. Over 22,000 Bitcoin were withdrawn from exchange just in the past 1 week. So this is good because obviously conviction is growing. What does that mean? Well, if anyone is taking the money out of an exchange, therefore they're going to be holding for the long term, and if they're going to be holding for the long term, obviously we're going to be making more profit. And Jim Cramer says GameStop is finally doing my Bitcoin ploy. Now this is big because GameStop is definitely going to be more and more involved with crypto. That's all I'm going to say. And CME Group partners with Google Cloud to explore tokenization and enhance the capital market efficiency. CME is a big group, and if they're going to be doing this, well, that's going to be very, very important for the crypto market. And BlackRock adds its blockchain-based money market fund to Solana. Now, Solana and Ethereum have been competing, but slowly Solana is also becoming very big. And Mt. Gox moves 1 billion in Bitcoin, but payments aren't going out, says Glassnode. Now, this is a scary part because $1 billion being moved, a lot of people are going to be in a panic situation as they will be expecting some sort of crazy selling pressure, but currently that's not happening. They're going to be holding for the long term. And Fidelity files for a spot Solana ETF with the CBOE, so more things happening with Solana, and it's definitely building up. And finally, Dogecoin flips XRP in daily liquidations, and here are the figures. I mean, let's just say Dogecoin's open interest is definitely growing very quickly. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Everything I said is not financial advice, it's just my personal opinion. So if you're going to be putting your money into anything, make sure you guys actually go ahead and do your research. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon.